Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart. And we'll invoke that gentle request to the wisdom of creation itself, the tradition of wise ones throughout the history of living beings, and maybe even beyond. And offer that invitation for our inner wise one to come forward and have a little something to say that, of course, we're absolutely ready for. Take a deep breath in to recite this Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. 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 Take a deep breath in. Gently hold the breath. Go ahead and relax your arms. Rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. Just imagine into that sensation of this little vibration of the mantra making its way through the body, waking up that inner wisdom, allowing it to come forth as we practice. And then release the breath if you haven't done so already. And just start to notice your breathing. That subtle way in which the body accommodates the breath coming in and helps to release it as it moves out. Feel that ever so subtle rise and fall of the shoulders, the expansion of the chest and upper back. The way the abdomen moves. Maybe the sensation of the air itself entering and leaving the body right at the tip of the nose. Begin to imagine yourself as a flower that is at the very early stages of blooming, blossoming. If you've ever seen these time-lapse videos, they don't open all at once or in a predictable, even tempoed sequence. It's more of this open a little, contract a little, open a little more, contract a little, and so on. Just imagine with each breath as you feel your body accommodating that breath in and releasing that breath out. That you are beginning to open, beginning to blossom. And we'll start with this white lotus kriya. So we'll sit all the way on the floor and bring the heels out in front of us, about 3 feet apart, maybe. Knees are bent and up, hands resting on the floor behind you. And then we'll just allow that exhale to happen as we drop the knees to the right. Inhale, bring them back up, and exhale as you drop them to the left. Allowing a little movement in the hips, the low back. Just warming up our comfortable seat. Allowing ourselves to sit more comfortably or sit a little longer. The next time you allow your knees to fall to the right, go ahead and bring your left hand in front of your right shin and just kind of fold over that right thigh. Get a nice stretch in the hip flexor, maybe the low back. Just enjoy a few deep breaths here. Notice the way the abdomen is in this compressed place between the thigh and the rest of your body. And then bring yourself back up. Inhale as you bring your knees up through center. And exhale as you let them fall to the left. And then bring that right hand in front of the left shin. Fold over that left thigh. Hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch in the low back and the left hip. Just breathe in this folded position. Notice how the body accommodates each new breath as it comes in. What parts of you are expanding as you breathe in? Inhale and bring your knees up through center again. And come back into what hopefully is a little more comfortable of a seat. And if half lotus is available to you, just bring your right foot, or it can be your left, on top of the opposite thigh. And then we'll gently clasp one wrist behind. So we're going to inhale and then exhale and fold over toward the right knee. And then inhale back up. And exhale over the left knee. And just keep moving slowly through that. Over the knee. So you're coming a little forward, kind of a 45-degree angle. Yeah, this is like my new favorite. Like, where has this been?
Yeah.
This is for all the people sitting in chairs. Might be good for everybody with a spinal column. The next time you come up through center, bring yourself into that upright position and bring your arms up into a 90-degree angle. Get your hands into that Gyan Mudra, bringing the tip of the index finger and thumb together. And then we'll inhale as we twist left and exhale as we twist right. And go ahead and relax your arms. Allow yourself to come into stillness. Just take a moment to begin exploring the physical body. Just curiously noticing sensation, how that pairing of movement and breath has influenced, affected the body. And go ahead and switch legs. Bring your half lotus if your right foot is on top of your left thigh. Now bring the left foot on top of the right thigh. And again, we'll clasp one wrist behind the back. And we'll begin by exhaling as we fold over the left knee. And inhale as we come up. And exhale as we fold over the right knee. And just keep moving, alternating from side to side, exhaling over the knee, inhaling up through center. And come into stillness. And again, bring your arms into that 90-degree angle, holding Gyan Mudra, tips of the index finger and thumb together. And this time we'll inhale as we twist right and exhale as we twist left. And bring yourself into stillness again. And become that curious explorer, noticing the sensation in the body. Shoulders, upper back, chest, head, neck, face, rib cage, spinal column, the waist, the hips, the legs, the feet, the arms. Now focus your attention in the area of your heart. Become that curious explorer into the emotional body. Just noticing how you're feeling. And just begin to breathe a little slower, a little more fully. And imagine this breath is flowing in and out through this opening in the heart or chest area. And gently release your attention on the heart space. And we'll come out of our, quote, comfortable seat, our cross-legged position, into malasana. It's kind of this squatting position. And if you've got a bolster or a block, it might be more comfortable to sit on this block. So from this position, with the feet flat on the floor, knees up, go ahead and raise your arms up overhead and imagine a straight line from the base of your spine up through your head and neck, up through your arms, all in that one straight line. Imagine as you inhale, you're moving upward along that line. And as you exhale, you're relaxing down into the base of the spine. Allow the breathing rhythm to be whatever it is. Just follow the breath. And bring the arms down to relax. Interlace the fingers and place the hands behind the head. Just allow the heart space to be open, the elbows as far apart as possible. We'll do a little gentle movement to stimulate the digestion. So we're going to inhale and then exhale and drop the knees to the left. So your right knee will maybe touch the floor. Your left knee's not going to get close. You just kind of keep your body straight up. And you may not get all the way to the floor, but the nourishing part of this will be the movement of that right thigh against the belly. And then as you inhale back up, exhale and kind of drop that left knee across. And it doesn't have to be much of a movement. You know, if your knees are only moving 6 inches to a foot, you're still getting that. We're inhaling the knees through the middle and then exhaling as we drop toward each side. Just offering this gentle, nourishing stimulation to the abdomen. This is where those billions of friends of ours live. You know, the beneficial gut bacteria. I think we're outnumbered by them 10 to 1, something like that. Now they're all doing the wave, like at a sport. Now bring yourself into stillness and relax the arms forward. So your elbows are kind of resting on your knees a little bit. And then You don't have to stand up, but just try, like that little leaning forward and moving upwards. Just kind of initiating the movement. You don't want to stand up all the way. You just
Okay.
want to initiate that little lift. Like if you get an inch of air off the block, that's it. And then go ahead and relax. Hug the knees in toward the chest from this malasana posture. So you're seated on the block, your feet are flat on the floor, and you're hugging your knees into your chest. Or maybe it's more like you're hugging your chest toward your knees. And just start to notice how the breath moves differently, how the body moves to accommodate that incoming breath differently when it's more compressed. You might feel that sensation of expansion accentuated in the back of the body. Now we'll come off of our block and come out of Malasana. And we'll move into that thunderbolt posture where we're sitting back on our heels. We're going to clasp our hands together kind of in front of the heart or in front of the solar plexus. And then we're just going to stand up real slow, trying to do as little as possible of that leaning forward. So you want to just see if you can stand straight up, really slow. Oh, there goes the top of my head, right out of the screen. And then come back down really slow. And we'll do this 3 more times. And you can pair this movement with breath. Exhaling as you drop down. Inhaling as you stand up. And if you're moving really slow, taking a few breaths as you move up and down is perfectly okay. Now I lost count. That was tricky. We'll do one more. Then we'll come back into a cross-legged posture. I'm going to grab my little pillows again. Just take a moment here to allow your breathing rate to slow down, your heart rate to slow down. Notice sensation in the body. Just with a sense of curiosity. And bring your hands into fists, wrapping your fingers over your thumb. And bringing the arms forward. And we're going to pair movement and breath. So we're going to inhale while we raise the right arm and drop the left. And then exhale as we raise the left arm and drop the right. You can go as fast or as slow as you like here. This is reputed to be great for stimulating the parathyroid and thyroid gland. And we'll go for another 30 seconds. And once you get into the flow of this, try bringing your arm up and back as far as you can. Get a little more stretch out of that, the top of the movement. Go ahead and relax. Allow the arms to come into stillness. And bring your attention to that point between your collarbones, right at the base of the throat. And as you hold your attention there, also allow yourself to notice sensation in the body. I'm sure the arms have a story to tell now. The shoulders have something to say. The chest and upper back. All the little parts of the body are welcome to have a say. And if you're sitting on a bolster like I am, Go ahead and bring that out so you're sitting directly on the mat or on the floor. And then come into that half lotus posture again. Your choice, right leg on top, left leg on top. We'll switch after this, but we're just going to exhale and fold forward over the legs. You don't have to put your head on the floor, but just imagine that it could happen. And just allow yourself to enjoy some full deep breaths here. Gently bring yourself back up and switch the leg on top. Reverse your half lotus. Take a deep breath in. Gently fold forward, bringing your head toward the floor as you exhale. And just enjoy again those full deep breaths here. Noticing how the body moves and expands and contracts to accommodate the flow of the breath. Gently bring yourself back up to a vertical spine. We'll go a little sideways now. So with your, whichever leg is on top in your half lotus, you want to bend toward that side. And if you can, place your hand on the floor. If you're able to place your elbow, even that's more fun. Bring the opposite arm up and over, trying to keep both hips on the floor and just get that nice stretch in the right side or the left side, whichever one you've chosen. Just be in a place of being with the flow of the breath, welcoming it in, gently ushering it out. Stay here for another 20 seconds, I think. And gently come back up through center and allow that other hand to meet the floor. And if you can, bring the elbow to touch. Bring the opposite arm over. Get that nice stretch in the side of the waist and the rib cage. Doing your best to keep both hips on the floor. Stay here for another 20 seconds. Just noticing the breath moving in and out. And then allow yourself to come back to a vertical spine and just reach out in both directions, touching the floor with the fingertips as far from the hips as you can, getting a nice stretch in the shoulders and the arms. And interlace the fingers behind the head. And we'll bend from side to side. So we'll exhale, bend toward the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend to the left. Just leaning into that stretch right where it begins. Not going too deeply, not going into a place of discomfort. Just feeling that gentle stretch beginning. Inhaling through center, exhaling to each side. And switch the cross of your legs. Bringing the other leg on top in half lotus. And again, interlace the fingers. Move side to side, exhaling, leaning to the right. Inhaling through center. Exhale, lean to the left. Come into stillness. And if a full lotus is available, you're welcome to go into that. You can move into just a simple cross-legged posture or stay right where you are in half lotus. And we'll close our practice here, just bringing the palms together in front of the heart. Allowing that wisdom from within, that wisdom that is all around us, if we're able to tune in to a quiet, comfortable space. Just affirming that we are many things in this life. And there is also this truer vibration of who we are, held deeply inside in a sacred space that is gently blossoming a little more each day. We'll just chant one time, Sat Nam, a nice deep breath in. Sat Nam. Thanks for joining me today.